Chosen one, stop everything you are doing right now and lock your eyes on this message. That ache you carry, the one that surfaces without warning, the one that has no clean explanation, I need you to understand where it is coming from. Archangel Michael has been standing at the boundary between your world and the world where she now lives, carrying something she has been trying to reach you with for longer than you know. And today, the boundary opened. The enemy has been working overtime this week for one reason and one reason only. He knows that if you receive what your mother has been asking heaven to release to you, the grief he has been using as a weapon against your forward movement becomes powerless. He cannot afford for you to hear this. That is why the resistance has been so heavy. That is why the last 72 hours have felt like walking through something thick and invisible that you cannot name. It all shifts today. The confusion about your direction, the guilt you carry in silence, the moments where you wonder if you honored her enough, it ends here. Not because of luck, not because of coincidence, because you pressed play. You did not find this recording by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here. Archangel Michael did. This is a divine appointment written into the architecture of your life before you were born. You are not wandering, you are arriving. Stay until the last word of this message, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to hand you the exact message your mother has been carrying for you from the other side. I am going to expose the specific lie the enemy has used to make you feel separated from her love. And at the end, I'm going to give you a decree that seals your connection to her intercession and activates everything she has been asking heaven to release into your life. Do not click away. Your mother has been waiting for this moment. If you leave now, you walk out of the room right before she speaks. I know what the last 72 hours have felt like. The silence has not been peaceful. It has been heavy, like the quiet after something breaks. Maybe you were lying in bed last night, staring at the ceiling, and something pulled your memory to her without warning. A smell, a song, a thought that arrived uninvited. And with it came that wave. Not just grief, but something that felt like guilt, like unfinished business. Or maybe you were in the middle of an ordinary moment this week, doing something completely routine, and you felt her presence so close it stopped you. And just as quickly as it came, it was gone, and you were left standing there wondering if you imagined it. You feel suspended between two worlds, honoring her memory while trying to live forward, loving her while carrying questions you were never able to ask. And in that suspended place, the enemy has been planting a very specific lie. He has been whispering in the language of your own thoughts, which is why it sounds so convincing. He is telling you that the distance you feel from her is your fault. He is replaying that moment. Maybe it was something left unsaid at the end. Maybe it was a period of distance between you before she passed. Maybe it was simply that you were not there when it happened. The accuser is taking that moment, whatever it was for you, and telling you that because of it, something is broken. That she left with a wound you caused. That the silence from heaven on her behalf is a verdict about your worth as a child. But I need you to hear what Scripture actually says about this moment. Romans 8:38 and 39 says, "Neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither the present nor the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God that is in Christ Jesus our Lord." Listen to that promise. Nothing in creation, not the moment you carry in your chest, not the words you never said, not the distance that existed, not even death itself has the authority to sever a love that was rooted in God. The enemy has been using the silence as a courtroom and reading you a verdict that has no legal standing in heaven. You are not separated from her love. You are being protected by it. Archangel Michael does not stand at that boundary without assignment. He is there because there is a message with your name on it. He has been holding it, watching for the moment you would be still enough, broken open enough, ready enough to receive it. The ache you have been feeling is not the weight of abandonment. It is the weight of proximity. She is closer right now than she has been since the day you lost her. The heaviness is not punishment. It is pressure. It is the sensation of a door being pushed open from the other side. You thought the grief was pulling you backward. But let me reframe your reality right now. The grief was the preparation. Every moment this week where you felt her absence so sharply that it brought you to your knees, every morning you woke up and remembered before you were even fully conscious. Every time you drove past something that reminded you of her and had to pull yourself together, those were not setbacks. That was your spirit being made ready. That was heaven clearing the frequency so you could finally hear what she has been trying to say. She is not begging because she is in pain. She is begging because she has seen what is coming for you, and she needs you to know you are not walking into it alone. Some messages confirm what your spirit already knew. If something just shifted inside you, that is not emotion. That is activation. And what comes next matters more than what came before. The inner sanctum exists for exactly this moment in your journey. 365 days of divine transmissions delivered to you every single morning. A prophetic word, a decree of authority, a scripture weapon, and a prayer assignment written as if God is speaking directly to your situation. It also comes with the silent war, a spiritual attack diagnostic that reveals exactly where the enemy has been hitting you and gives you the counter prayer for each assault. Plus, the midnight watch, 30 prayers designed for the 3 a.m. hour that most chosen ones are already waking up to, but do not know how to use. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will not stay there forever. What she carried was not the harsh glare of judgment, but the soft, unwavering luminescence of pure sight. It was not a cosmic balance sheet tallying your missteps, nor a ledger detailing the times you stumbled or diverted from the path she might have envisioned for you. Instead, what your mother has been holding tenderly, steadfastly, in that ethereal space where her eternal world now brushes against your earthly reality, is something far more profound than the general, benevolent well-wishing we often attribute to departed loved ones. It is something utterly specific, a precisely calibrated truth that resonates with the deepest chambers of your being, and it is far more personal, more intimately yours than you have ever dared to believe you deserved. She has been cradling the pristine truth about who you fundamentally were to her, a radiant, whole version of yourself that in the shadows of your own self-doubt or the complexities of life, you could not fully perceive. Imagine her as a divine mirror, reflecting back to you the purest essence of your soul, the blueprint woven by the Creator, which she, with her spirit-led eyes, always saw clearly. This vision remained undimmed, even in those prolonged seasons when you felt most obscured, most hidden from yourself, perhaps even intentionally withdrawing from the light. And the profound, strategic reason why the adversary, the enemy of your soul, has deployed such relentless effort this week to erect invisible barriers, to whisper doubts, to create distractions that have tirelessly worked to keep you from engaging with this very message, from entering this sacred space of revelation, is precisely this. The very instant you consciously receive, truly take into your spirit the unconditional, unfiltered truth of what she sees and has always seen in you, the entire fortress of shame that he meticulously constructed, brick by agonizing brick throughout your life, collapses into dust. It is a strategic strike against his core weapon, the very foundation of his strategy against your identity and your purpose. You must, with every fiber of your spiritual discernment, comprehend the insidious modus operandi of the accuser. He is not a clumsy assailant. He does not approach you with transparent, easily debunked falsehoods that could be instantly recognized and dismissed as lies. Oh no, he is far too cunning, far too sophisticated, a master of psychological and spiritual warfare. His method is far more subtle, more corrosive. He comes to you armed not with inventions, but with your very own memories, with the raw material of your lived experience. He selects a real moment, a tangible conversation, a palpable absence, a resonant silence, moments etched into the landscape of your past, and he becomes a masterful, malevolent editor. He does not fabricate the facts. He leaves the factual occurrences completely intact, utterly unassailable. What he ruthlessly alters is the meaning, the verdict you derive from those facts. He allows you to recall with perfect clarity exactly what transpired, every word, every look, every void. But then, like a sinister narrator, he dictates to you what it means. He has been relentlessly whispering into the quiet corners of your mind, implanting the insidious narrative that what transpired between you and your mother in this life implies an insurmountable spiritual debt, a cosmic obligation that, in his cruelest twist, her passing has rendered eternally unpayable. He has been a relentless persuader, convincing you with chilling certainty that her transition to eternity closed the account, sealed the ledger irrevocably, before you could ever hope to settle it. And most agonizingly, he has convinced you that the profound, beautiful love that existed between you now hangs perpetually under the oppressive, suffocating shadow of that imagined, unresolvable debt, a love tainted by guilt and regret. This is his masterpiece of deception, designed to paralyze your spirit and keep you from your rightful inheritance. But hold fast to this immutable truth, for here is precisely what the enemy, with all his dark power and deceptive prowess, cannot touch, and has never, in any realm, been able to touch. He possesses no authority, no power, no access whatsoever to edit the sacred tapestry of truth and love that she carried with her across the threshold into eternity. His manipulative hands cannot reach, distort, or alter what she intimately knows now, in the expansive, unclouded clarity of heaven. And what she knows now is not a fragmented glimpse, not a partial understanding, but the glorious full picture, bathed in the pure light of God's truth. This is not a version filtered through the distorting lenses of earthly pain, or blurred by human misunderstanding, or misaligned by the imperfections of timing, or obscured by the myriad limitations and imperfections that inevitably cloud what we perceive and comprehend in this finite, temporal life. No, she sees the complete, intricate architecture of your love for her, a magnificent edifice built not just of grand gestures, but of countless unseen sacrifices. She sees every single moment you stoically held back the rush of tears in public, swallowing the surge of emotion, not out of indifference, but out of a tender desire to shield and protect the fragile hearts of those around you. She vividly recalls every solitary journey you undertook, driving somewhere alone, just to grant yourself the sacred space and permission to truly feel the depth of your sorrow, the magnitude of your love, without the performative pressure of an audience, without the need to explain or justify. She sees every quiet, unassuming act of devotion that remained unwitnessed by any earthly eye, every tender consideration you offered, every silent prayer breathed for her well-being, every thoughtful kindness that you yourself never formally named as devotion, precisely because in your humility and simplicity of heart, you simply did not realize that is precisely what it was. She sees all of it, every flicker of affection, every unspoken longing, every pure intention. And understand this deeply. In the eyes of eternity, in the heart of God, and in her illuminated vision, it is not a gaping wound, a painful scar of regret that needs healing or justification. It is instead a luminous, undeniable testimony, a powerful declaration of a love that transcends earthly limitations, a testament to the enduring bond that neither time nor death could diminish. It stands as an eternal witness to the truth of your heart. Now I implore you, allow this profound truth to settle deeply within the very core of your spirit, to permeate every cell of your being before we venture further into the depths of this revelation. For what is about to unfold, what comes next in this divine unfolding, absolutely requires this foundational understanding to be firmly established within you, like bedrock supporting a monumental structure. Without this solid ground, the subsequent insights may feel abstract or incomplete. Love, in its most divine and authentic form, does not demand an impeccable, flawless record of performance or perfection to be undeniably real. Consider the ancient narrative of Jacob, who wrestled with God throughout the long, arduous night, a struggle that was both physical and spiritual. He emerged from that profound encounter with a physical limp, a permanent reminder of his battle, yet simultaneously, in that very same moment, he received a powerful, irrevocable blessing. He did not achieve that blessing by triumphing over God in a physical contest, by winning some cosmic wrestling match. No, his blessing was earned through an entirely different form of strength. His unyielding, stubborn refusal to let go, his tenacious grip on the divine presence, even in the midst of pain and uncertainty. And there is a profound, almost sacred quality within the very nature of your grief that mirrors this ancient narrative. It carries that identical essence of unwavering tenacity. You too have not let go. Even amidst the isolating silence that can often accompany profound loss, even through those challenging seasons when the very meaning of it all seemed to dissolve, when you questioned if any of the love, any of the connection, truly held significance or was even real. Despite all this, you are still here, you are still breathing, you are still present. You pressed play on this message, a deliberate act of seeking, an intentional leaning into truth. You are still holding on to the thread of connection, to the memory, to the love. And that, in the discerning eyes of heaven, with its eternal perspective and its boundless grace, that very act of holding on, of persisting in love and remembrance, looks unequivocally like faithfulness. It is a testament to the enduring power of your spirit. But now, prepare your heart and mind, for we are about to delve into a stratum of understanding that goes far deeper than what we have explored thus far, peeling back layers you may not have known existed. And I urgently need you to stay with me through this next crucial insight, to resist the natural impulse to withdraw or turn away, because this, my beloved friend, is precisely the point where many souls, standing on the very precipice of a monumental breakthrough, often inadvertently retreat, just before the full light of revelation bursts forth and transforms their reality. This is the pivotal moment. The profound, often suffocating guilt you have been shouldering, the invisible burden pressing down on your spirit, is not, in its entirety, solely about your mother. Nor is it exclusively tied to the complexities of your relationship with her. Certainly, a significant portion of that weight originates from that sacred bond, from the natural regrets and unanswered questions that grief inevitably brings. However, beneath the immediate, discernible layers of sorrow and longing for your mother, there lies a deeper, more ancient grief, a grief that has resonated within you for a far longer span, quietly humming beneath the surface of your conscious awareness. This is a grief specifically centered around a cherished, authentic version of yourself, a radiant, truer self that, through various circumstances and perhaps even self-protective mechanisms, you have never been fully able to honor, to fully embody, to fully express in the world. She, your mother, possessed a unique, almost prophetic gift for seeing that particular version of you. In fact, She may have been one of the rare, precious few individuals on this entire earth who ever truly did see it, who recognized that nascent, unadulterated essence before it was shaped or shadowed by the world. And when she transitioned, when she embarked on her journey into eternity, you did not merely experience the devastating loss of her physical presence, the aching void of her companionship and counsel. You also, tragically, lost your primary witness. You lost the one person whose unwavering love, whose profound belief in that particular authentic self made you feel unequivocally that that glorious version of yourself was not only real, but profoundly valued and truly possible. And in the unsettling vacuum of her physical absence, without her here to consistently reflect that radiant image back to you, to reaffirm its existence and its beauty, you began, subtly at first, then with increasing intensity, to doubt that it had ever existed at all. The very foundation of your internal validation began to crack. This, precisely, is the insidious genius behind the enemy's targeted assault. This is why he launched a precisely aimed attack, using her physical absence as his weapon, rather than resorting to mere generic discouragement, which you might have easily shaken off. His strategy is not haphazard, it is cunningly precise, a surgical strike at the core of your identity. He understood, with chilling accuracy, that by removing the external witness to your truest self, the one who held up the mirror of unconditional love, he could effectively make you question and ultimately dismantle the internal testimony of your own worth and authenticity. And for a painful, protracted season, his strategy regrettably succeeded. You began, almost imperceptibly at first, to shrink back, to retract into a smaller, more contained version of yourself. This was the version meticulously constructed around the perceived needs and expectations of others, carefully tailored to what others could tolerate, what felt safe enough to ensure you wouldn't face rejection or judgment. It was a self built for survival, not for flourishing. And in the years that have followed, you have been silently, stoically existing within the confines of that diminished version, grieving her profound absence in a solitary, unspoken anguish, not fully comprehending until perhaps this very moment that a significant, poignant part of what you are truly grieving is not just her, but the beautiful, unexpressed, authentic self that she saw and held sacred within you. You are grieving the loss of you. Coming up in just a precious moment, a profound revelation awaits, a specific spiritual endowment that she, from her vantage point in the eternal realms, has been actively, passionately, and ceaselessly asking heaven to release directly into your waiting hands. But before we can fully grasp the magnitude of that divine gift, before we cross that threshold, you must first comprehend the deeper, often unconscious reasons why you have been, metaphorically speaking, circling this significant door for such a prolonged period, sensing its presence, feeling its magnetic pull, yet somehow unable to summon the courage or clarity to simply walk through it. There's a pattern, an invisible tether that has kept you in this preparatory phase. That deeply ingrained pattern, that invisible blueprint influencing your very perception of self, has a profound and ancient name: inherited identity. What you profoundly received from your mother was not merely the warmth and comfort of her love, as precious as that was. It was far more comprehensive. It was an intricately woven framework, a foundational permission structure for who you understood yourself to be, for who you believed you were genuinely allowed to be in the world. The indelible way she saw you, the lens of her unwavering belief and affection, became, for a significant portion of your life, the very architecture, the internal scaffold, upon which you constructed your own self-perception, your sense of worth, and your boundaries of possibility. And when that vital, supportive structure, that deeply internalized framework of identity, was abruptly and unexpectedly removed from your earthly reality, without any warning, without any opportunity for mental or emotional preparation, you did not simply grieve the poignant loss of the relationship itself, as profound as that heartache was. Far more fundamentally, you lost the very architecture of your being, the scaffolding that had supported and defined you. You have been, in the metaphorical sense, standing amidst the emotional and spiritual rubble of a framework that once held you firmly, that gave shape and meaning to your existence, feeling utterly disoriented, not knowing how to begin the daunting task of rebuilding that internal structure without the very person who was instrumental in constructing it with you, brick by loving brick, word by affirming word. This is the silent struggle beneath your conscious grief. To truly grasp the profound significance of this, envision it through a sacred biblical analogy. Consider the momentous preparations made when Solomon was tasked with constructing the magnificent temple, a dwelling place for the divine presence. The raw materials, the intricate plans, the vast resources, and even the initial vision had already been painstakingly gathered and meticulously prepared by his father, King David. Solomon did not begin his monumental undertaking from a position of absolute nothingness, of utter lack. On the contrary, he was the fortunate inheritor of an astonishing legacy. He inherited the divine provision, the prophetic vision, the tangible resources, and the sacred blessing that his father had secured through decades of faithfulness and intercession. What was uniquely his task, his divine invitation, was to build upon that foundation, to bring the inherited vision into manifest reality. And that, my dear one, is precisely the divine invitation, the momentous spiritual opportunity that stands before you right now, shimmering with promise. She, your beloved mother, diligently gathered. She fervently prayed. She tirelessly interceded on your behalf, often in the quiet hours of the night when you were unaware. She made countless spiritual deposits into the treasury of your life. And here is the glorious truth. What she carried for you, what she painstakingly cultivated and blessed, did not simply vanish into thin air, dissipate into nothingness, or disappear when she left this earthly realm and ascended into glory. No, by divine decree and eternal design, it was supernaturally transferred. It was seamlessly woven into the immutable architecture of eternity, a celestial blueprint for your destiny. It was entrusted into the powerful, ongoing intercession of Archangel Michael, who stands valiantly at that sacred boundary, carrying her name, her specific requests, and your very assignment upon his mighty heart. It was transformed into a spiritual inheritance, a profound legacy that heaven itself has been meticulously holding in sacred trust for you, protecting it, amplifying it, cultivating it, patiently waiting until this precise moment, until you were spiritually and emotionally ready to truly receive it, to grasp its magnitude, and to step into its power. It has been held secure, anticipating your readiness. You are ready now. Every sign, every whisper of your spirit, every alignment of circumstances points to this truth. That, unequivocally, is why this specific day exists, why this message has found its way to you in this precise moment. It is the divine synchronicity of your readiness meeting heaven's release. And this profound understanding brings us to a crucial perspective, a truth that most individuals, tragically, overlook or entirely miss within the vast, often bewildering landscape of grief. It is a revelation, a reframing that possesses the power to transform and illuminate your entire experience of loss, if you are simply willing to open your heart and your mind to embrace it, to truly let it land within your spirit. For, contrary to common perception, grief is not merely evidence of loss, a stark indicator of what has been irrevocably taken from you. Rather, Grief, in its deepest spiritual essence, is irrefutable evidence of love that currently possesses no accessible, tangible container in your earthly reality. The raw, visceral intensity of what you feel, the profound ache that can sometimes feel unbearable, is not primarily a measure of the void that has been left behind, nor a tally of what was tragically ripped away from your grasp. Instead, understand this. It is a potent, undeniable measure of the immense, extraordinary magnitude of what was originally given to you. The deeper, the more profound, the more all-encompassing your grief feels, the richer, the more bountiful, the more significant was the original deposit of love, connection, and spiritual inheritance that she placed within you. You have, quite naturally and understandably, been treating the crushing weight of this grief as if it were an open wound, a source of constant pain that needs to be cauterized or bandaged. But in a profound paradox, it is actually the irrefutable proof, the sacred evidence of the treasure. It is a spiritual treasure map, exquisitely detailed, that clearly delineates the astounding size and immeasurable value of the divine legacy she meticulously placed inside you, a legacy waiting to be discovered and reclaimed. And the enemy, with his cunning deceptions, has been expertly utilizing the searing pain of your grief as a dense, obscuring smokescreen, a strategic tactic to hide the profound revelation, the golden truth that lies embedded within it. He has kept you so utterly consumed, so hyper-focused on merely surviving the overwhelming feeling of grief, on navigating its turbulent waters, that you have never paused, never truly had the space or clarity to ask the deeper, more transformative question. What is this feeling, this profound grief, actually revealing to me? What hidden messages, what divine truths, what profound insights are encoded within its very intensity, and what it is unequivocally revealing with a clarity the bow that cuts through all the shadows is this profound truth. There resides something truly extraordinary within the deepest chambers of your being, something uniquely singular, a divine spark or a specific calling that she knew about with an intuitive certainty that heaven itself knows about with perfect omniscience, and that has not yet been fully, gloriously expressed or manifest in the earthly realm. This is not a vague notion. It is something she prayed over with immense specificity and fierce intention. It is something she perceived, perhaps only as a nascent flicker or a powerful potential, in your earliest, most formative years, and which she, with the foresight of a spirit-filled mother, consecrated and dedicated in prayer, long before either of you possessed the precise language or the conceptual framework to articulate exactly what it was. Understand that her intercession for you was never generic, never a superficial, one-size-fits-all petition. Mothers who are truly attuned to and carry the profound Spirit of God within them do not offer generic, generalized prayers over the destinies of their beloved children. On the contrary, her prayers were precise, laser-focused, deeply personal, and prophetically specific. She called out, by divine inspiration, the very essence of what she saw budding within you, the unique anointing, the specific purpose, the authentic identity waiting to unfold. And here is the glorious news that should ignite hope within your spirit. Those consecrated prayers are not expired. They have not lost their power, nor have they faded into the ether of forgotten wishes. Quite the opposite. They have been actively, ceaselessly building spiritual interest, accumulating divine dividends within heaven's boundless treasury, a celestial account established specifically for you. And what is now surging toward you, what is being released in this very season, is not merely a comforting balm to soothe your sorrow. It is far more potent. It is the powerful, preordained answer to those very prayers that were uttered and deposited on your behalf long before you even became consciously aware that you desperately needed them. Before you could articulate the questions they were designed to resolve. They are coming to fruition now. Stay deeply anchored with me through these next words, for what is about to be revealed is the precise, pivotal insight that possesses the power to fundamentally break, to irrevocably shatter, the very cycle of subtle bondage that may have held you captive in your grief for far too long. This is the turning point, the moment of liberation. It is a paradoxical truth, yet a profoundly real one. Most individuals who carry grief as deep and pervasive as yours have, often entirely without conscious awareness or deliberate intention, meticulously constructed a subtle, almost unspoken loyalty to the very pain they experience. This is not a testament to personal weakness or a flaw in their character. On the contrary, it is, in its own complex way, actually a deeply entrenched form of love, albeit one expressed sideways, distorted by the profound disorientation of loss. Somewhere beneath the bustling surface of your conscious thoughts, in the quiet, protective chambers of your subconscious, a part of you made an implicit, silent agreement. It decided, without your full knowledge, that the unwavering presence and persistent weight of this grief served as the last tangible, intimate connection you shared with her. There was an unspoken fear, a whispered conviction, that as long as you bravely carried the full, unyielding burden of that sorrow, you were, in some profound and necessary way, still inextricably connected to her, still holding her close. The terrifying corollary to this belief was that if the sharp edges of that grief were ever to soften, if its crushing weight were to lighten, if the constant ache were to recede, then by extension, the precious connection itself would inevitably diminish, would become diluted, perhaps even severed. And so, unknowingly, unintentionally, yet with immense conviction, you have been clinging to the very pain of your loss as though releasing it, allowing it to transform, would equate to the ultimate betrayal, the unthinkable act of releasing her from your heart, from your memory, from your very essence. This is a powerful, yet ultimately deceptive, spiritual tether. This is precisely the insidious, hidden agreement, the unspoken vow that the enemy of your soul desperately wants you to maintain, to keep tightly bound within your spirit. For as long as you perceive and carry your grief as the primary, essential connection point to her, as the sole conduit through which you can feel her presence, you remain, by spiritual decree, unable to fully step into, to fully inhabit, and to fully benefit from the rich, multifaceted inheritance that awaits you. He has meticulously woven a web of lies, convincing you with persuasive whispers that true honor for her memory demands your perpetual dwelling in the ache, that steadfast loyalty means remaining perpetually immersed in the painful remembrance of her absence. He has deftly manipulated your noble intentions, twisting them to suggest that moving forward, embracing new seasons of growth and purpose, is somehow an act of forgetting, a callous dismissal of her profound impact on your life. He has even convinced you that joy, true, unbridled, soul-deep joy, especially after the monumental trials and profound losses you have endured, would not only be inappropriate, but would constitute a heinous betrayal of her memory, a disrespectful act towards the depth of your shared history and the sanctity of your sorrow. This is a masterstroke of spiritual manipulation, designed to keep you in a state of suspended animation, perpetually orbiting your destiny rather than entering it. But allow me, with the full authority and clarity of heaven's perspective, to reveal to you what she, your beloved mother, genuinely sees and profoundly desires from her elevated vantage point in glory. From where she stands, bathed in the radiant light of eternity, her vision is unclouded by earthly limitations, her heart untainted by sorrow. She is not, I assure you, asking you to perform grief well, to execute the perfect display of sorrow, or to adhere to some predetermined standard of mourning. Her fervent prayer, her deepest desire for you, is far more encompassing. She is asking you, with an urgency born of eternal love, to live well. She is not passively observing you from that place, meticulously hoping that you will shed tears at precisely the right moments, or remember her in the right ways, fulfilling some earthly expectation of remembrance. No, her gaze upon you is utterly different. She is watching you with the same profound intensity, the same breathless anticipation, that a loving mother watches her child on the verge of accomplishing something truly extraordinary, something monumental and world-changing. She is leaning forward, metaphorically speaking, on the very edge of her celestial seat, her spiritual hands clasped, barely able to contain the surging joy and pride within her, not with any trace of sadness or longing for what was, but with the distinct, specific, and radiant joy of someone who already possesses the full, glorious knowledge of the story's triumphant ending. She sees with crystal clarity the incredible, divine destiny that lies directly in front of you, unfolding like a magnificent tapestry. She intimately knows, with the infallible wisdom of heaven, what God Himself has already authorized, already sanctioned, and already set in motion for your life's unfolding. And here is a truth that will transform your experience of sorrow. The deep ache, the persistent yearning you feel within your own heart, which you have mistakenly attributed to her sorrow or her longing for you, is not in its essence her sadness. It is, profoundly, her urgency. It is her passionate, loving impulsion for you to finally move, to step forward with courage and conviction. She longs for you to receive, fully and completely, all that heaven has prepared for you. She yearns for you to cease this circling, this perpetual hesitation at the threshold, and to finally, decisively, walk through the door of your destiny into the fullness of the life she prayed for you to have. And now, with hearts prepared and minds open, we arrive at the culminating, often most challenging, and undeniably transformative part of this divine revelation. This is the truth that will likely reframe, perhaps even fundamentally restructure, everything you initially believed this message was about, shifting your entire perspective on your journey of grief and inheritance. Because here is the unexpected truth. The thing that has been blocking the full release of what heaven has been trying to get to you is not the grief, and it is not the enemy's resistance, though that is real, and it is not unresolved guilt, though that has been a factor. The thing that has been blocking the breakthrough is this: you have not yet given yourself permission to be fully loved by her without conditions. Somewhere in the architecture of how you received love in this life, love became something you earned, something you justified, something that came with the quiet pressure of deserving it. And so when she loved you freely, extravagantly, without conditions, some part of you held that love at arm's length because you did not know what to do with something you had not earned. And now, with her in eternity and you still here, you are replaying every moment where you feel you fell short, because if you can find enough evidence that you deserved less, the love makes sense to you. Conditional love is familiar. Unconditional love is the thing you have been quietly afraid of. But here is the divine contradiction that changes everything. You cannot receive your inheritance while keeping your mother's love at a distance. The two are connected. What she deposited in prayer, in presence, in the specific way she saw you, it can only be fully accessed through receiving her love without the filter of your own unworthiness. The moment you allow yourself to be loved by her completely, the treasury opens. That is the key that has been sitting in plain sight the entire time. So before you do anything else, before you close this and go back to your day, before the weight of regular life presses back in, I want you to place your hand over your heart right now and speak this with me. I release the agreement that I have to earn love to deserve it. I release the guilt I have been carrying as though it could cancel what she built in prayer. I break every lie the enemy constructed in the language of my own thoughts. I receive fully and without condition the love my mother carries for me from eternity. I receive the inheritance she has been asking heaven to release. I receive the identity she saw in me when I could not see it myself. I declare that her prayers have not expired. I declare that what she deposited in me is real and it is rising. I am not separated from her love. I am protected by it. I am not wandering. I am arriving. And I walk forward from this moment, not in the weight of grief, but in the authority of a child who is fully loved, fully seen, and fully prepared to step into everything heaven has already authorized for my life. If you are ready to stop circling and start walking in what she prayed for, the inner sanctum was built for this exact transition. 365 daily prophetic transmissions, each one a divine word, a decree of authority, a scripture weapon, and a prayer assignment, written as if God is speaking directly into your situation. Inside you will also find the Silent War, a spiritual attack diagnostic that names exactly where the enemy has been hitting you and equips you with the specific counter-prayer for each assault. And the Midnight Watch, 30 prayers for the 3 a.m. hour that chosen ones are already waking up in but do not know how to use. Everything she prayed for is already in motion. The only question is whether you are ready to meet it. The link is in the first pinned comment. It will not stay there forever, and neither will this window. She has been waiting a long time. Do not make her wait any longer.